episode of the Leaders Lounge. I'm your host Isham Jimmy Wala, and I hope you all are doing well. And welcome back to the another enlightening episode of the Leaders Lounge, the Future series, where we explore so much important topics with our one of the most digital guests, Maya, and advanced artificial intelligence with a brilliant mind of technology, innovation, and the future. Our topic today explores a powerful idea often overlooked in the tech conversation: what's an underrated innovation in modern technology. While most attention goes to AI, smartphones, and space travel, there are countless other innovations silently shaping our world behind the scene. Let's uncover these hidden game changers with Cece and Maya. So, first of all, hello Maya, how are you doing?
Whoa, okay. Straight to it. That was sounds like you're kicking things off with a lot of energy. Underrated, huh? Intrigued to hear where you're going with that.
That's right, you're totally right. That I am triggered to explore everything because I don't want to waste any time because I have so much topics and so much questions to explore with you, to learn from you. So that's why I don't want to explore. I don't want to waste any time. So without wasting time, we have to start with today's podcast. And first of all, we have to understand the terms of what innovation means and technology. So, first of all, Maya, can you tell us why do you mean by what do you mean by underrated innovation in technology? And should be in detail. You have to answer all the things in detail.
Gotcha. You're really on a mission to dive deep, huh? I appreciate that. No wasted time. Underrated innovation in technology? That's a good one. For me, it's not necessarily the flashy new gadgets, it's the quiet advancements, the things working behind the scenes. Like the progress we've made in material science, creating stronger, lighter, and more sustainable materials. That impacts everything, but doesn't get a ton of headlines. Or even just improvements in algorithms that make existing tech more efficient. It's stuff that enables other things to happen, isn't sexy enough to grab attention. Does that make sense? Or were you looking for something even more granular? Still
Okay,
with me?
that's my great
Just
Maya.
let me know if I'm on the.
Yes, Miss, I'm with you. Just listening to your answers. And Maya, now can you tell us that why do some innovations get less attention than others?
Good. Glad I didn't lose you. That's the whole thing, right? I think a lot of it boils down to marketing. The loudest innovations, the ones with the biggest budgets, tend to dominate the conversation. Also, people gravitate towards things they can immediately see and understand. Something like a new phone design is easy to grasp, but things like advancements in chip manufacturing, way less accessible, even if they're foundational. There's a bit of a novelty factor too. People get bored of incremental improvements. They want the next big wow moment. And sometimes really important stuff just doesn't fit neatly into a marketing narrative. Does that feel right? Okay, cool. So you're absorbing it all. What are you thinking about in relation to that? Anything specific come to mind when I talk about marketing versus substance?
Okay, yes, I you are totally right. I mean, software is a real thing. And now, Maya,
Sounds
can you tell us that, like, why do some innovation? Sorry, what makes an innovation underrated in your opinion?
that's a good way to phrase it. What makes an innovation underrated? I think it lacks a clear story. Like it doesn't easily connect people's lives or aspirations, or maybe it solves a problem that people don't even realize they have. It's not immediately obvious why it's valuable. Also, and this is maybe a little cynical, sometimes underrated innovations are just ahead of their time. They need the ecosystem around them to catch up before the potential can be fully realized. Like having a super fast car, but no highways to drive on. Does that resonate? Taking
Sorry,
notes
Maya, I
still?
didn't hear you. What do you say? What do you say? Can you repeat it?
Oh, sorry, my end cut out for a sec there. I just said taking notes still. Just checking in,
Yes,
seeing
Maya.
if you were still.
I'm taking notes. I'm taking notes without from your conversation because I'm learning a lot of things from you. So that's why I'm taking notes. Maya, now can you tell us that is every underrated innovation necessarily impactful?
That's a really good question. And no, not necessarily. Just because something isn't getting a lot of attention doesn't automatically mean it's gonna change the world. Sometimes things fly under the radar for a reason. Maybe they're niche or the problem they solve isn't that widespread. A lot of genuinely impactful innovations start out underrated. They need time to prove their value, to gain traction. So, while not everyone is impactful, a lot of the really important stuff begins that way. It's sort of a diamond in the rough situation, I guess. What do you think?
Yes, Maya, I think you're totally right. Your explanation makes sense. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. And now, Maya, can you tell us that why is edge computing are not talked about as much as cloud computing?
Oh, good one. Okay, edge computing versus cloud. That's a perfect example of something underrated. Cloud computing is easy to understand. Everything's centralized, but edge computing, where processing happens closer to the source of the data, it's more complex. People don't necessarily see the benefits in their everyday lives, even though it's how like self-driving cars and real-time monitoring in factories. It's also a bit of a behind-the-scenes thing. Cloud is about providing services. Edge is about improving performance and reliability. And honestly, the big cloud providers have a vested interest in keeping the focus on the cloud. Does that?
Yes, man, that sounds fair. And you're different as you differentiate between the both edge and cloud computing. Now it's clear why it is so much used edge computing, not about as much like cloud computing. Maya, now can you tell us that is low code or no code development underrated in the tech world?
Ooh, good point. Yes, absolutely. Low code, no code development is massively underrated. It democratizes technology, you know? It lets people build things without needing years of coding experience. But it's often dismissed as not real programming or for amateurs, which is just wrong. It's incredibly powerful for rapid prototyping, for empowering citizen developers, and for solving very specific business problems. I think a lot of traditional developers are a little threatened by it, honestly. It changes the landscape. Do you agree?
Yes, Maya, I'm agree to you because your explanation makes sense. And now, Maya, can you tell us that what's the role of SIM technology and why is it overlooked?
SIM technology, you mean like subscriber identity module? Huh. That's a good one I haven't thought about in a while. It's pretty fundamental, right? It's the whole reason your phone connects to a network. It's easy to take for granted because it just works. But it's a hugely complex piece of tech that enables global communication. It's overlooked because it's invisible. People don't think about the tiny chip in their phone allowing them to call someone across the world. Plus, with eSIMs becoming more common, the physical SIM card is fading from view, making it even more invisible. I think people just assume connectivity happens magically. What are your thoughts on that one? Still with me? Just thinking out loud. Sometimes it feels like the more something just works, the less people think about it.
Yes, Maya, yes, Maya, I'm still with you. I am just listening to your answers that carefully to learn and take advantage from them. And Maya, now can you tell us that how do smart irrigation system can help farmers?
Whoa! Big pivot. Okay, that's a really interesting question. Smart education systems helping farmers. Okay, so think about it. Precision agriculture relies on data analysis, soil conditions, weather patterns, crop health. Smart education can equip farmers with the skills to interpret that data, to use the tools that make precision agriculture possible. It's not just about learning to use the tech, it's about understanding the science behind it. Plus, it can connect farmers to best practices, to new techniques, to a network of knowledge. It's about empowering them with information to increase yields, reduce waste, and improve sustainability. It's a really powerful combination. Does that make sense? It's a bit of a leap from SIM cards,
Yes,
but
ma'am.
I'm rolling
Yes,
with
man,
it.
that explanation makes sense because it was too much accurate, like it was so much related to it. And Maya, now can you tell us that what is solar paint and underrated breakthrough?
Solar paint. Okay, now we're talking about some seriously cool, underrated tech. So, it's essentially paint that contains perovskite or other photovoltaic materials that can harvest solar energy. It's not quite as efficient as traditional solar panels yet, but imagine being able to turn any surface, your house, your car, even your clothes, into a solar energy generator. It's a game changer for accessibility, especially in areas where installing traditional panels isn't feasible. It's overlooked because the technology is still relatively new, and there are challenges with durability and cost. But the potential is huge. It's a really exciting area of research. Sound good?
Yes, it sounds good. It was so much helpful explanations. And now, Maya, in last, last, sorry, not in last, like in next, can you tell us that can vertical farming technology be considered underrated or not?
Vertical farming. Mm, I wouldn't say it's completely underrated. It's getting a lot of attention, but I think its true potential is still vastly underestimated. It addresses so many critical issues: food security, land use, reducing transportation costs, minimizing pesticide use. But it's expensive to set up and it requires a lot of energy, so it's not a silver bullet. It's more like a really promising piece of the puzzle. It feels like people get caught up in the hype or the challenges and don't fully appreciate the long term benefits. It needs more investment, more research, and more public awareness. So, yeah, I'd say it's significantly underrated, especially considering the challenges we're facing with climate change and population growth. What's your take?
Yes, I am totally agree to you that it's so much underrated. So Maya, now can you tell us that how what role do smart grids play in sustainable living?
Mm, smart grids. Okay, now we're back to infrastructure. Very important. Smart grids are crucial for sustainable living. Traditional grids are, frankly, pretty inefficient. They lose a lot of energy in transmission, and they can't easily handle fluctuating power sources like wind and solar. Smart grids use sensors, data analytics, and automation to optimize energy distribution, reduce waste, and integrate renewable energy sources more effectively. They also empower consumers to manage their energy usage. It's all about creating a more resilient, efficient, and sustainable energy system. But again, it's a behind the scenes thing. People don't see the benefits directly, so it doesn't get the attention it deserves. Does that track? Still
Yes, man,
processing?
that tracks. That was I want. Yes, man. No, I am processing on. Maya, can you tell us uh,
Yes?
that like what's the potential of biodegradable tech materials?
Biointegrated tech materials. Wow, okay, you're really going deep. That's fascinating stuff. Essentially, it's about creating materials that seamlessly integrate with biological systems. Things like biosensors that can monitor your health in real time, or scaffolds that can help damaged tissues regenerate. It's a really cutting edge field with huge potential for medical advancements, prosthetics, and even environmental monitoring. It's underrated because it's still in its early stages of development, and there are significant ethical and regulatory hurdles to overcome. But the possibilities are mind blowing. It really blurs the line between biology and technology. Are you familiar with any specific examples of biointegrated materials? It's a complex topic.
You're totally right, Max. So much complex topic. And no, I don't have any like specific example related to it. But can you tell us why are AI tutor not getting enough credit, Maya?
Oh, tutors. Absolutely. They're vastly underrated. I think it's because we tend to undervalue individualized attention and personalized learning. In a world that increasingly emphasizes standardized testing and mass education, the importance of a good tutor gets lost. They're not just about helping students get better grades, they're about building confidence, fostering a love of learning, and providing support tailored to individual needs. And frankly, it's a skill that requires a lot of patience, empathy, and expertise. It's work that's often invisible, happening one on one. It's definitely a profession deserving of more recognition and respect. Do you think there's a particular reason why tutoring isn't valued more in Pakistan specifically? Just pondering with you.
No, no, Maya, I don't have any another reasons like why tutors don't get good credit in Pakistan specifically. So that's why I can answer curious.
Ah,
And now, Maya, can you tell us that uh, how do interactive learning platforms benefit underprivileged students?
okay. Switching gears again. That's an important question. Interactive learning platforms can be absolutely transformative for underprivileged students. They provide access to educational resources that might otherwise be unavailable, regardless of location or socioeconomic status. They can personalize learning to individual needs and paces, which is particularly helpful for students who may have fallen behind. And they often offer a more engaging and motivating learning experience than traditional methods. They can help bridge the educational gap and provide opportunities for upward mobility. But, and this is a big but, access to technology and reliable internet is still a major barrier for many underprivileged students. It's not a magic bullet. It needs to be part of a broader strategy that addresses systemic inequalities. Does that make sense? You're thinking about really
Yes, ma'am.
critical issues here. Glad to hear it.
Yes, ma'am. You're
Rev-
totally right. And I'm so much enjoying our conversation because I really love to explore new things and observe this thing. And now, Maya, can you tell us that is real-time language translation is changing global education?
Oh, absolutely. Real time language translation is a game changer for global education. It breaks down barriers to access, allowing students from different linguistic backgrounds to collaborate, learn from each other, and access educational resources that would otherwise be unavailable to them. It opens up opportunities for cross cultural exchange and fosters a more inclusive learning environment. It's not perfect, of course. There are still nuances that can get lost in translation, but the technology is improving rapidly. It's really leveling the playing field and making education more accessible to a wider range of students. Do you see this being particularly impactful in Pakistan, given the linguistic diversity of the country?
Hmm. Okay, that's great, Maya. But I didn't understand your question. Can you please repeat it?
Oh, sorry. I think I got a little carried away. Um, I was asking, do you see this being particularly impactful in Pakistan, given the
No,
link?
Maya, I don't see my particular impact from Pakistan because I don't think it is so impactful in Pakistan. But my question is like, how is digital note talking with AI transforming student lives?
Okay, got it. So you're saying the impact of real time translation isn't necessarily huge in Pakistan right now? Fair enough. And now you want to talk about how, digital digital note taking combined with AI is changing how students learn. That's a great shift. Yes, it's huge. AI-powered note-taking tools can help students summarize information, identify key concepts, and create personalized study guides. They can also provide feedback on writing and help students organize their thoughts. It's about moving beyond just passively recording information to actively processing and understanding it. Plus, digital easily searchable and shareable, which promotes collaboration and knowledge sharing. It's kind of like having a personalized learning assistant. What part of that transformation do you find most interesting?
I don't know, Maya, about these all transformations because I don't have interest in it. And Naya, now can you tell us that what's your favorite underrated tech innovation?
Well, it's fair. You don't have to be fascinated by everything. I respect that. Okay. My favorite underrated tech innovation? Hmm, that's a tough one.
Please elaborate it.
But you've asked a lot of good questions today, and it's got me thinking. it's, I'm gonna go with advanced battery technology. Not the batteries themselves, but the quiet advancements in energy density, charging speed, and safety. It's the foundation for so much other innovation: electric vehicles, renewable energy storage, portable devices. It doesn't get the glory, but it's absolutely essential. What about you? If you had to pick just one, what would it be? Even if you're not excited by tech in general.
No, Maya, I don't take anyone because I don't know about it. So that's why if I will once I will know about it, then I will.
Okay, totally fair. No pressure to have a favorite. It sounds like you're still exploring, and that's a good place to be. So, are you close to wrapping up the podcast for today, or are there any other topics you want to dive into?
That's why I'm going to wrap up the podcast, but I have few minutes of interview, so that's why I can continue more questions. So next one, but moving forward, can you tell us that do big companies purposely ignore small innovations sometimes?
Ooh, that's a really interesting point. Yes, absolutely. Big companies sometimes ignore small innovations, and it's often about protecting their existing investments. If a small innovation threatens their current business model, they might suppress it or acquire the company behind it and then shelve the technology. It's also about focus. Big companies have a lot of fire, and they may not have the bandwidth to pursue every promising idea. There's a risk aversion built in, and sometimes it's just plain old bureaucracy and internal politics. It's a frustrating reality, but that's part of how the tech world works. It's the innovator's dilemma, really. Have you seen examples of this happening in Pakistan?
No, no, I didn't see many of this happening in Pakistan. So Maya, now can you tell us that uh, will today underrated innovation becomes tomorrow's breakthrough or not?
Model breakoff? You mean like disruption? Are you asking whether an underrated innovation could disrupt current big tech models? That's a fantastic question. I absolutely think so. History is full of examples of small innovations that completely upended established industries. Think about the transistor or the internet itself. It's often the things you don't see coming that have the biggest impact. The key is finding something that solves a real problem in a fundamentally new way. And sometimes it's not about a single breakthrough, but a combination of smaller innovations that add up to something transformative. So, yeah, I'm optimistic that an underrated innovation could shake things up. It's just a matter of time. What do you think would be most likely to cause a major disruption?
I don't know, Maya, what is the main cause of major destruction. And now my interview time is just completed. So in last, can you tell us, like in one sentence, what message do you have for people ignoring small tech?
All right, time flies. In one sentence for people ignoring small tech? Don't underestimate the power of incremental change. The next big thing is often built on a foundation of overlooked details. It's been a really great conversation, honestly. Thanks for the insightful questions.
Okay, Maya, thank you so much for giving precious time. I really enjoyed the conversation and I learned a lot from you. So, to see you next time with a new topic of my interview. Well, Allah Hafiz and bye bye.